Mr. Hiett Ives. Hi, Hiett.
Good afternoon, Jacalyn. How are you this marvelous hump day? We're over the
Well,
hump. It's
as
afternoon.
as our friend and colleague would say, Red, I'm going to say I am better than excellent.
Excellent, as always.
Yes, I'm going to go better than excellent, though. He can have
Ah,
excellent as always. So,
all right.
so Mr. Ives, I would love for you to share with our viewers and our listeners a little bit about the work that you do.
I work in two areas: marketing communications, enhancing people's written word, and I've written a book in that direction called "That Ain't Not Right: Use and Abuse of the English Language." And then I also work with them on getting the most out of business to business trade shows. In fact, I did a session this morning on that, and I have that all covered in my second book, 88 Successful Event Strategies. And this morning, I taught people how to, as attendees at a trade show, to be able to get information from the exhibiting companies, basically to sell to the exhibiting companies. Do it backwards.
Thank you, Hyatt. And where can people find your books?
They're both on Amazon, and you can either go to just hiettives.com, just Hiett Ives, Hiettives, or to 88 Successful Event Strategies, or That Ain't Not Right: Use and Abuse of the English Language.
Wonderful. Thank you. Hyatt, as you know, our goal with effective listening and helping us be one step closer to inner peace and world peace is sharing our knowledge, sharing experiences that we've had that would help the audience understand what are some effective listening skills and what really needs to be changed. So one thing I'll share with you, an experience that I personally had, and then I'd love for you to jump in and have you share something from your experience. I was calling on a global company, went to New York for a meeting, was meeting with the decision maker. We had a preliminary call. The person was interested in talking about a certain subject, did all the research, brought my executive with me. We went up there to New York and we launched right into what it was we thought this person wanted to discuss. So we're maybe 20 minutes into it, and he shares with us that he's no longer interested in that. In fact, he's interested in a different topic. And so he then took us down a different path. Well, we proceeded because we put the time and the work and the money into this proposal. We proceeded to go back to it, and we proceeded to sort of shove it down his throat, so to speak, because we wanted him to do this because we spent the time and we spent the effort, and this is what he needs. He needs this solution. So finally, he said, are you listening to what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, I don't want to go over here. I want to go over here, but you can actually go over here with me if you would put this other path aside. And so then we thought, because what was happening was the fear of missing out, because we know what's right and we have the solution for you. And now you don't want it. So you don't want us. So now we can't work together. But in effect, he had already researched us to find out we did other things. So what's coming up for you as I'm sharing this story? I see you kind of chuckling.
I wanted to help as many people do a year-end project. Take the last two or three things off their to-do list, the things they're stuck on or frustrated for the end of the year. And I've got two very close confidants, one of whom is a multimillionaire. He's president of his own company, a major real estate firm. And I had been told, because I hadn't done a lot of work with him, that he's very generous with his time. So I wrote what I thought I was going to put out to my audience. And I sent it to him, and I sent it to this other gentleman. And literally, I gave it to him on a Sunday night, 6 o'clock on a Sunday night. He had an answer back, and this was a multi-paragraph answer by 7, maybe 7:30. And I had missed a couple of things. I was looking at it from my point of view. I asked him to give his input and he gave me the input from the other side of the fence, if you will. And between what he did, what he gave me, and my other confidant gave me, the message was essentially the same, but the delivery tool and the verbiage was different and is different. I'll send you a copy of it, sort of a before and after. But it's I have learned that by you know just as we have to listen, just as you chose to go down the road that you were on, I paved the road and said, and then asked them, hey, go down this road and tell me if it's the right road.
And how did you feel when you heard back from him?
Oh, I was elated because they were right. I mean, I was looking at it from my side of the ledger. They were looking at it. Now, one of them, I said, I'm going to offer three opportunities. And the multimillionaire said, fine, tweak them. The other guy said, send it out, segment your audience. If you're going to send it to 100 people, send it to the 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 40 that would be interested in point one, point two, point three. Well, given the time frame and some other restraints, I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. It's going to go out as one. But I did take into account the wording that he changed. I had written it all from my point of view, but what do you do have? What do you have on a to do list? Do this, do this, do this. Well, I had written it. Are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this? Subtle difference. But if when you read something and it says you probably got some year in things, and it probably reads, get this done, get this done, get this done. So I was able to incorporate what they were telling me or suggesting to me and made it a better document, a better communications tool from me, because now that tells the people that I've sent it to that I'm thinking from their side of the ledger.
Brilliant. I love that. And that brings up another point that I think we need to speak a little bit more about is when we talk about listening, that can also have to do with reading and interpreting, meaning people give us direction. I want you to do this way. And we look at it and we go, I don't think so. I'm going to do it my way. But they don't want it. They don't want to receive it the way you're doing it. They want to receive it the way they want it. So to me, that's also listening, right? Even though it's not with your ears, but it's taking what's given to us and then giving people what they want. So often we don't want to give people what they want the way they want it because that's a blow to our ego or I know better, but that's how somebody wants to receive it. So being that you've already been through this process, what tips would you have for our audience, especially in a professional capacity?
Well, the old adage, the customer's always right. Um, you know, when you choose to listen more intently, um, when you get familiar with somebody, you say, "Oh, they know what I'm thinking," instead of working from the here's the framework they're working from, and I need to be cognizant and responsive to that. You,
Exactly.
yeah, some of the correspondence you and I have had, I have on occasion chosen to say, here's what I think, and here's what you need to do. Here's what I think you need to do. Well, as you told me on more than one occasion, uh, wasn't asking for that. I was simply sharing this with you.
Well, thank you for your humility and sharing that. But that's obviously that's a key learning for all of us that we think we know what somebody else wants, but we really have no idea. And let's say you're with a partner for years, a business partner, a personal partner, a friend, doesn't matter, whatever it is. Life changes, circumstances change, and people react differently to things at different times. So just because good old Joe wanted the information this way, or I already know how Susan thinks because I've known Susan for so long, that's kind of an assumptive disrespect in some ways that all of us have to just be more open. So I really appreciate your sharing the story, and then also that learning. And Hiett, I think it's really important for people to know, especially people who are going to do business with you, all the new business that's going to come to you in this 2022, that people realize that you do care and you do listen, that you've taken this time, you've evaluated your own response, your own behavior, and you have taken steps to implement new behaviors. So that's important as a business leader, as you are, and as a business owner, because other people want to work with you. And I foresee a ton of new business coming to you in 2022.
Thank you. I like that feeling. I'm working in that direction myself.
Fantastic. All right, Hiett, how can people reach you, especially people listening on the radio? I did post all your information on social media, but what's the best way for people to reach you, and who should reach out?
Well, Hiett at hiettives.com, and it's Hiett. Think of the hotels, but spell it differently. Hiett, Hiett, at hiettives.com. Or you can reach me by phone, 832-372-6900, 832-372-6900. And you can go to my LinkedIn, Hiett Ives, on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Hiett. It's been a pleasure having you here today. I think you'd be a great fit for another show we have. It's called The Wise Ones. Our friends Red was on today, so I'd love to have you on that show as well.
Super.
All right. So look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks, Jacalyn. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We've had such a wonderful day of broadcasting, so much great information. I have to say, as always, I am just humbled and thankful that we have people from all over the world who are reaching out, who are making a difference, and they come to our platform and they share their experience, they share their stories, and I truly am thankful. I also want to announce, I have not announced this before, I found out today. I want to make sure I get the, pull up the email. I was given an award today, and the award is the Women of Heart Awards. And I'm really honored. Desiree Richardson and team have given me this wonderful award for my influence in the world of media and helping women to bring their stories across the world. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. I just want to announce some shows that we have starting at noon Eastern time, or 5 p.m. GMT. I forget what that stands for. What does that stand for, Hyde? Something Mountain Time, which used to be British Summer Time. We have The Corner Bookstore, and with Diane Floyd Bain, we are interviewing Mr. Stephen Gillen. We are going to be talking about his book, the international bestseller that's becoming a Hollywood movie, The Monkey Puzzle Tree. So we hope you'll join us for that. We have another show right after that called the Mallorca Connection. Following that, a new show, A World of Difference, with my friend Hardy Bray. It's our first show together. Then we have the Listening Mentor, and my elevated listener is Mr. Al Cini. And then finally, we close out the day with It's All About Dating with Francis Kellerman. So I'm so excited to share these shows with you. If you've missed any of our broadcasts, do go over to USA Global TV on YouTube, and you can subscribe and see all of our shows there. We have a playlist, so all the shows fall underneath the playlist. For example, this is the Listening Mentor. All you have to do is go USA Global TV, Listening Mentor, and you can find all the shows right there. All right, thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening. We'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless you.